Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel.
We are James and Keli, and we are now in the beautiful state of Utah. Our first adventure here in Utah is to hike Donut Falls.
So we've flown out to Utah, just outside Salt Lake City, and we knew that we had to go and get out into the mountains and do some hiking. So our first stop here is going to a waterfall called Donut Falls. I think it's called Donut Falls because of it's got a special hole, if I can say that.
Yeah. After a short walk, we have now reached the river where we are going to now hike up it so we can get to the waterfall. This part is a little sketchy. We have to climb down some rocks. It's not that far down, but a little scary.
We had a short climb down, and now we get to walk along the river walks with the water all the way up to the waterfall.
You don't necessarily have to walk in the water as you're going across it, but we did because, hey, why buy water shoes if you're not going to use them?
Here's where we have to walk in the water.
Walking in the water is freezing. It's almost painful how cold it is. This is colder than the Dominican Republic. It's a relatively easy hike to get to this point of the waterfall, but if you want to go to the top to look down and see the actual Donut Falls, it's a little tricky and we're gonna have to climb up it. So camera's going away and we're gonna climb. If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea the best way to get up here. I'm trying to watch people, but it's not working. We have reached the point where you can see the actual hole in the waterfall, and it's really cool, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm a little shaky right now from just climbing up those rocks. I don't know, there's something about the risk that I'm just like, glad I made it up here. Now the next step is to rope climb up even further, but the view is beautiful. We are now at the top of Donut Falls and we've looked over the waterfall. There's not too much to do up here besides look at the beautiful waterfall and the scenery. It's time for us to hike back down the waterfall and eat some lunch.
The water is super clear here, and it is also super cold, but it's nice mountain water, so I'd say it's fresh enough to drink. We're saying goodbye to Donut Falls and are walking our way back. One cool thing about this hike so far is that there's a bunch of chipmunks that are just running around everywhere.
This hike is relatively easy. It's just a gravel path up to the river, and then you can hike to look at the waterfall at the bottom. You don't have to go all the way up to look at the donut, but it's a very easy, relaxing hike that you can do in just a few hours here in Salt Lake City. Today we are at Sundance Mountain Resort. This is very popular to come during the winter months so you can go skiing or snowboarding. However, today we are going up the ski lift to go to the beautiful scenic lookout point over the mountain. So this is apparently a 45-minute ski lift ride to the very top. Sundance, you don't necessarily have to only take the ski lift up to the top. There are different hiking trails and mountain biking trails. James, however, is feeling pretty sick now, so we are being a little scenic-y, and we're being a little less adventurous today and just taking the ski lift, taking the easy way out. But this does look like a beautiful place to go and spend a day hiking.
We've come to Utah in the middle of August, so the weather is perfect right now. It's like mid-70s, and it's supposed to get a little bit cooler up in the mountain, but it's perfect right now to be in pants and short sleeves. It's nice and sunny outside.
For ski lift number 2, views are so gorgeous. Like, I cannot get over how beautiful this is, how luscious green, the tall aspen trees, perfect cloud coverage. It's magical.
Only a little bit scary too, like straight down we go.
So if you're feeling really adventurous here, you can actually zip line from the very top of the mountain all the way back down.
The zip line you can hear as they go down, it sounds like an engine, like a jet engine going by. It's really loud.
Okay, we have reached the top. Time to get off. This is called the Reds Summit. We're gonna try to eat at the beautiful Lookout Point restaurant. Hopefully we can get a spot.
We're getting food at the restaurant at the top. It's called the Bear Claw, and it has like burritos and nachos and some wraps. The food is a little bit more expensive, obviously, because we're at the top of a mountain, but it's got great views. At the top, there wasn't anything to do besides look around and get some lunch at the restaurant that they have there. Now we're on our way back down. We get to ride the lift all the way back down as well, which is really nice. And we get to like look at all of the ski paths that they have here. They have them all listed. And neither Kelly and I know how to ski, so we're really judging whether we would ever be able to do these.
I would love to come back here on another day to go hiking. And our friends that live in Utah said that during the fall you get the orange trees mixed with the green, and I think it would be so gorgeous, but they say it's for only like 2 weeks, so you have to plan your trip just right to come for the fall colors. But mountains, I love them. We are at the Salt Flats. We really wanted to maximize our time when we visited the Bonneville Salt Flats here in Utah because it's about a 2-hour drive from Salt Lake City. And to do so, we booked the cheapest hotel we could find in the closest city called Wendover, and it's a $70 Super 8 motel. It's decent. It has a queen-size bed, a couch, a desk, not too bad of a bathroom, and it's right next to the Salt Flats.
We have just arrived at the Bonneville Speedway. We're actually just like maybe a quarter of a mile down the way from the parking spot. We decided to park here because we're away from all of the people riding their ATVs and motorcycles out on the salt flats. But we arrived just before sunset, like 15 minutes, and you can see to my right the sun is just over the mountains still. So we arrived at the perfect time to sit and eat our dinner and watch the sunset.
Because we're in a rental car. My shoes are currently inside of our McDonald's bag. This morning we woke up at 5:30 to go out, to come back out to the salt flats so we can see the sunrise. It's gorgeous here.
This is the Bonneville Salt Flats, which as you can see is very flat and it's quite salty. It is the remnants of the Bonneville Lake, which is this prehistoric Ice Age lake that after the Ice Age started to recede and eventually formed the Great Salt Lake. All the minerals and salt that was in the Bonneville Lake settled to the ground and we're left with this wonderfully flat and salty land.
This has been a perfect day trip for us. It was super beautiful last night watching the sunset and staying out to see the stars. We didn't get the perfectly clear skies because the moon was so bright, but we did get to see quite a bit and it was gorgeous. This morning we woke up bright and early to see the sunrise, and with the little bit of water that was on the salt flats made a gorgeous reflection in the colors, seeing the mountain. And now it's time for us to head back into Salt Lake City because we only rented the car for one day and we need to clean it.
Today we are going on our final hike. It is the 29th trailhead here in Ogden, and it's about a 3.5 hour hike. It has this nice little starting point where we can park our car, but we didn't bring a car, we Ubered today. I don't know why I said that.
Well, the reviews state that there's not a lot of parking, and that looks like plenty of parking. This is also a mountain biking trail.
Yeah.
Here, watch out for this guy.
Watch this guy go. We're going on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, which takes us to a waterfall, and it also takes us up into the mountains. Basically, it goes along the path that where the Bonneville Lake that was here 30,000 years ago, the shoreline where that was on the mountain, we're gonna walk there. Let's go.
So there are quite a bit of turns and forks in the road.
They're all unmarked.
And they are all unmarked. We have just decided to keep right to go up, and we're gonna see if it takes us to the waterfall.
Trail so far is just kind of heading up into the mountain, and we get this nice view of Ogden on our right. It's a pretty smooth trail. Also, so far there has been no shade, so definitely are happy that we brought our hats. Kind of wish that we brought something to shade our arms, but we did put sunscreen on, so hopefully the sunscreen lasts.
The view over Ogden City is really beautiful. You get the city, and then in the background, on the other side, you can see all of the mountain ranges, It does kind of look like there's a little bit of a lake on the other side, but I don't know if that's because of the heat and the way the earth is, or if it's actually a lake, but it's beautiful.
Nice and cold. I love these clear mountain streams.
We've been walking uphill next to the creek for a while now. It just doesn't feel like this is gonna end, but we do keep seeing people walking down, so I think we're getting close. It's just rocks, an incline elevation, not something our lungs are used to yet. So we decided to stop and relax a little bit because, you know, we're in nature, let's enjoy it a little bit. And we're looking at the map, the hiking map. We use all trails, and it looks like we're almost there. So we've gone about an hour of hiking. It doesn't tell me how many kilometers or anything that's left, but we're at 2.48 kilometers walking. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's the waterfall right there. That's where we are. I think we're pretty close.
We can finally see the waterfall. It's all the way up there. Just been relaxing here at the top. It's really peaceful, and there's like a bunch of rocks that we can just sit on and watch the waterfall. Unfortunately, there's no pool that we can swim in. I was really hoping for that because it's really hot out today. But it is quite relaxing. You can just sit up here for as long as you want, eat a nice lunch. Now it's time for us to go down.
Okay, we have finally made it back to the starting point of the hike. We hiked a total of 3 miles only, and it took us 3 hours to do it. I mean, but we gained 1,022 feet according to my Apple Watch.
It was a fun little hike with a cool waterfall at the end. It's pretty relaxing. And
I wouldn't recommend probably doing it like a midday in Utah because it is quite hot.
At least in the summer.
At least in the summer, yeah. We should have started earlier, but I mean, it still wasn't too bad though. Like,
yeah.
It could have been worse. Yeah. Now we're waiting for our Uber, and I think we might be going with our friend to do a little scenic drive this evening on our final day here in Utah. So stick around. We showered and relaxed for a bit, but we headed out to Causeway, which is this gorgeous reservoir that doesn't allow boats on it, so it's very calm waters. You see paddleboarders, kayaking. It is so beautiful and it's cool out. It does look like there are some hiking trails around as well, and it says to watch out for bears, which that's kind of scary but also kind of cool. I would love, if we had more time, I think I would love to come back here and go through the forest, and if we had kayaks, I would love to go out here. absolutely gorgeous, just like all of the scenery that we've seen while we've been here.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel as we go to our next adventure.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!